How you doing, guys? This is Atane from JNR, and today we'll be taking a look at the Nikon D40. This is an entry-level SLR. Now, before I talk more about the camera itself, I just want to explain the key differences between a point-and-shoot camera and an SLR. An SLR, single lens reflex, if you don't know what that means, essentially has a full-size image sensor. An image sensor is the mechanism within the camera itself that takes pictures, that lets in light, lets you have pristine, beautiful image quality. That's not to say you can't have good quality pictures with a point and shoot. You certainly can. But a lot of compromises are made with point and shoots because point and shoots are usually smaller. That's the whole appeal. They want to make it small. They want to make it fit in your pocket. A compromise that's made with a point and shoot camera is that the image sensor has to be also small. The larger the image sensor, the better picture quality you're going to have. That's not disputable. SLRs have full-size image sensors, so you're not going to have a problem with picture quality. Now, in terms of features, I like the Nikon D40. It's a great entry-level camera. A good feature that it has, I think, is like all SLRs, is that the lens is detachable. You don't have to stay with the kit lens. The kit lens that comes with the Nikon D40 is the 18 to 55 millimeter lens. This is a great entry-level lens. It takes good pictures and everything, but eventually you do want to step up to a different model. This is easily detachable. You could just take this off right here. A lens that I recommend with the Nikon D40 is the 55 to 200 millimeter lens. And make sure you get the one with VR, or vibration reduction. What's great about that lens is that it's not too expensive, like the Nikon D40. It's a great bang for the buck, but also it has a great zoom. So it's great for taking pictures, it's great for zooming in. You can't go wrong with it. Another good thing about SLRs is that they're highly customizable. The built-in flash that comes with this camera, it's pretty good, it's pretty serviceable, but I'm sure you've all seen pictures of people. It looks like they're ghosts. They're just a total washout. The flash can do that sometimes. It's kind of harsh to human faces or anything that needs illumination. It just washes out everything. So what's good with the SLR is that you can add an additional flash. One flash I do recommend is the SB600. Now, what's good about this flash is that it has a pivot top, so you can angle the flash itself upwards, so it illuminates your subject, it illuminates what you have to take a picture of, but it doesn't wash everything out. It's called a bounce back flash. So let's say I want to take a picture of something in front of me, and when you pivot it up, it bounces back from the ceiling and bounces back to the floor. So everything is nice and bright, but your subject doesn't appear white. Another good thing about SLRs is that you have a lot of manual controls. Point and shoots just don't give you that option. If you look at the mode dial, there are different settings that you can set manually. The M it's a manual setting, so essentially it gives you complete control over aperture and shutter priority. If you don't know what aperture is, aperture gives you a good depth of field. Let's say you want to take a picture up close, it just focuses on the subject itself. You press the menu button, and it's already on aperture priority, and you press this button down here, and this dial essentially controls what your aperture setting is. The higher the number is, the less light you're letting into the lens. So if you're outside, you want to let in a lot of light, you want to bring down the aperture number as low as possible. Now, the next manual setting is the shutter priority. The shutter priority essentially slows down time. It's fantastic for moving objects, let's say like a waterfall picture. I'm sure you've all seen those waterfall pictures that it looks like time was stopped. That's shutter priority, that's what that's good for. The next setting is P, which is program setting. It's essentially almost identical to the manual setting, but it just doesn't give you complete control of aperture and shutter priority. It's a limited control, so I generally don't use that, but it's a personal thing, it's up to you. But most people would choose manual over the P setting. And other than that, then you have the automatic settings. Auto, that's self-explanatory. And under the auto settings, you have portrait mode, macro mode. Macro mode is essentially if you want to take a close-up picture of something, and that's essentially it in terms of the mode dial. So just to wrap this up, this is the Nikon D40. This is an entry-level SLR. It's a fantastic camera, great bang for the buck. If you want to make the transition from a point and shoot to an SLR, you can't go wrong with the Nikon D40. If you want to purchase this camera, please feel free to go to www.jr.com or feel free to come down to 34 Park Row in Lower Manhattan. You can't miss us. J&R takes up an entire city block. If you want to come on down, talk to the salespeople, shoot the breeze, whatever you want to do, they're there to help you. Until next time, thank you.